yesterday, the big arraignment happened. And how about the violence? Oh, my gosh. The violence they warned us about in New York as the Trump supporters, the MAGA Republicans, were going to descend on New York and tear it asunder. And it was going to be another insurrection, this time just not at the Capitol building, but at our biggest American city. And it was going to be left in ruins. That, we'd just look back and say, wow, remember what New York used to look like? And then the MAGA Republicans got a hold of it and tore it asunder. Damn it. Used to be a beautiful city. Not anymore.
Do we have pictures of it? Is there any photographs of the damage in New York?
There are none because there was no violence.
I think the most violent person was that loudmouth that we've come to know and love, Jamal Bowman. Who, he was the guy who shouted down Congressman Massey in the Capitol. And he was out there shouting at Marjorie Taylor Greene. Dude, I've honestly, I don't think he can speak. I think he just walks around yelling at everyone. So that's about as bad as I saw it yesterday.
Yeah, the violence that they were hoping for from the right just did not materialize. Yeah. They wanted it. They wanted
sure
it.
Did.
They were hoping for it. They were predicting it.
There's Trump showing up, walking into the courtroom.
He does not look happy. He's not a happy camper there. No, there's not a single smile on his face. They get 3 seconds worth of him walking into the room. And, man, they wanted to make a big deal out of this. And he just wouldn't participate. He just didn't help them. So, good for him. He went in, did his business, left, went back to Florida.
I thought he's not in jail?
No, he's
not thrown in jail. He's
no.
He's not incarcerated.
No, he's not incarcerated.
They didn't send him off to Rikers.
No, they didn't.
Okay.
Next hearing is in December. I mean, this thing's going to go on forever.
December, yeah, and they want the trial in January, which is right when the campaign heats up. Of
the
course,
primaries. Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, this thing is so dirty.
Although that's free publicity. I mean, right in the primaries.
It is. And
I don't know that he needs that, though.
And most people are predicting that this basically guarantees he wins the nomination. And it's probably true.
Yeah, I know.
It's probably true. I mean, this is going to galvanize his supporters.
It certainly solidifies that base of his. There's no doubt about that.
Bet it
no
does.
doubt about it.
I mean, they're pissed. I'm pissed. And,
I know.
I'm not the biggest Trump supporter. I liked his presidency. I thought he did some great things. There are other people who can do the job, I think, right now without the baggage he has. But I'm pissed about it.
I know.
And it's a travesty, and it's a banana republic at this point. This is not what Americans do to their former presidents. And, it's to the point where they still, even after the arraignment, it's still fuzzy what crime he committed that supposedly caused all the cover-up and the business fraud.
Oh, yeah. You mean Alvin Bragg wasn't clear yesterday?
No, he was not.
Oh, are you sure? Check this out.
I wonder if you can specify what laws were also broken.
Yeah, specify.
There we go.
So let me say as an initial matter that the indictment doesn't specify that because the law does not so require. In my remarks, I mentioned a couple of laws, which I will highlight again now. The first is New York State election law, which makes it a crime to conspire to promote a candidacy by unlawful means. I further indicated a number of unlawful means, including more additional false statements, including statements that were planned to be made to tax authorities. I also noted the federal election law cap on contribution limits.
Hold on, I'm writing this down. Hang on. I want to get this right. Authorities. Okay. Statements that were planned to be made to tax authorities. In other words, you were just planning on committing a crime by lying to tax authorities. I'm not saying you did. You were planning to. Right. And this guy's out of control. This is brutal.
Asinine. I think what he's alluding to there is that it's possible that rather than looking like a reimbursement to Cohen, they gave him extra income, like $130,000 extra income, which caused him to pay more in taxes. And that's a problem. So he paid too much in federal tax.
They hate that.
And they hate that.
They hate it.
They can't abide it. And they can't abide it. And there's your crime right there. mean,
the biggest crime.
it's bizarre.
The biggest crime is that he's Donald Trump.
That is the biggest.
That's the biggest crime.
You're right. That's really the only crime, I think.
And that's exactly what Jonathan Turley said, Jeffy.
Yeah.
This line is let's see. The Bragg prosecution is the denial of the core legal principle of blind justice. This expensive, drawn-out effort would not have occurred for anyone other than Donald Trump. It is not just selective prosecution. It is exclusive prosecution for Trump and Trump alone. Jonathan Turley.
Nicely put. Or like Jeffy said, it's because he's Donald Trump.
I appreciate Jonathan quoting me.
But he took a lot longer to get to the same point.
He sure did.
I mean, come on. No, this Alvin Bragg guy, Brandon Morse on Twitter reminded us that he was the one who once charged an immigrant bodega owner with murder after he used self-defense against an attacker. Remember that?
Yes,
they
that
just
was
charged,
recent, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah,
Like last year.
and they had such outrage that they let him go.
Yeah.
he was at Rikers for like 6 days. They just had another security guard that they've charged for self-defense. The security guard was fighting a guy who was he was looking to break into cars.
Yep.
And the security guy said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And the guy was carrying a bag, reached into his bag, pulled out a gun. The security guy wrestles with them, gets shot twice, gets the gun, shoots the guy. They're both alive and they're both charged.
Yeah.
My
But I
gosh.
think they let that one go. Yesterday, I think they let the security guy, but you're right. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is such a sick town. And he's the perfect DA for it. But I don't know, man. This is another Turley thing here. I'm sure Jeffy could say it much shorter than this. Democrats not only will ignore the affront to the integrity of our legal system, but celebrate its demise.
So you can quote me on that. Mm-hmm. I mean,
Okay, sum that up. Make it tighter, though.
Okay. You can quote me on that.
No. Democrats hate America. Democrats hate our system of justice. I think is
yep.
same thing there.
And he faces 136 years in prison. So if he did all that time, he'd be 212 years old when he got out. 212.
And still eligible for president.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yes. And probably sharper than the current resident of the White House.
Oh, yeah, that's so bad.
Jeez.
It's just, what a dark day for this country.
Bragg said, it's not about just one payment. It is 34 business records, 34 false statements and business records. They were concealing criminal conduct. What criminal conduct? And again, that's still nebulous. We don't know.
Yeah.
Are you alleging that he used campaign finance funds? Are you alleging that what? This is all about the cover-up and not the actual crime, because there is no actual crime. You can pay people to be quiet. You can. It's legal.
How'd that work out for him?
Not very well. Not very well. You shouldn't pay people to keep quiet because they never do. But you...
nobody does anything about it. That's for sure.
I know.
Yeah, and
I know.
What was this yesterday? I haven't had a chance to really look into this. An appeals court ordered Stormy Daniels to pay Trump $122,000 in legal fees hours after his arraignment.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this is fun.
So you have Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal. We know about both of them, and they were both supposedly paid to keep quiet. And yet, how do we know about both of them and their affairs? I mean, McDougal apparently got $150,000. I don't know why she got more than Stormy Daniels, but
yeah, you do.
Then there's some issue about a child now, supposedly. That,
oh, really?
Yeah, that there's a child out of wedlock. I don't know with whom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but
I thought we were talking about Trump, not talking about Hunter.
No, right. We're talking about Trump because you
okay.
don't talk about Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Don't talk about that.
Yeah, there's a school of thought out there, and I
Right.
love it, that says, today you should indict Hunter Biden. Let's go. You want to do it this way? Is this how we're going to do it?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right.
You got a lot more on him, I tell you that.
Oh my! We've got video evidence of his crimes. You see him doing coke. Doing blow off the stomachs of hookers in hotel rooms. Come on.
Wait, that's a crime?
Well, if you're doing coke, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like if you were snorting sugar off of the stomach of a hooker.
Which you could say.
I don't know if they'd prosecute you for that. Although prostitution is in fact illegal, it's rarely prosecuted. However, there's other crimes too, like getting money from the Chinese Communist Party. And businesses in China that are run by the Chinese Communist Party. So then you got the big guy who's in the White House, who's tainted with all manner of criminal issues and conduct. And yet they won't even look into that. They won't even consider that. Because Donald Trump paid off a hooker or a stripper, whatever she is, porn star. Jeez. Yeah, you don't want to call a porn star a hooker because the porn star just gets paid to have sex, whereas the hooker is paid to have sex, right? So it's completely different.
I mean, when you say it like that,
it's completely different.
Completely different.
You know the difference. Don't be funny.
Right, because one is paid,
correct,
and the other is paid.
Correct.
Yeah, so okay. So exactly. I do have the difference now?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, even after the arraignment yesterday, we don't know the specific crime that was committed.
I don't even know why the judge, I know why, but I don't even know why the judge just didn't say, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, throw it out.
What are we doing here?
Throw it out immediately. But, of course, they've got, somebody friendly to the Bidens.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody on the left.
His daughter worked for Kamala.
Yes, right. And Donald Trump Jr. apparently posted a picture of the daughter. And so now that's, of course, more criminal activity.
A photograph from the internet?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think that Manhattan was just a microcosm of this being George Soros' America. You also had the election to the Supreme Court of the far leftist yesterday in Wisconsin.
Right.
So that's so abortion is going to be their first order of business there, and then
she ran on
election laws. I mean, Senator Johnson up there who got back in by the skin of his teeth. The next election cycle, all of those close ones will probably go to Democrats now because that tilts the court. So it's going to be It wasn't a good day. I'll say that.
No, it was not. It was not. Great article, great story in the Babylon Bee. Donald Trump's campaign fundraising is breaking records thanks to a lavish fundraiser hosted by Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg and the Democrat Party.
I love it.
Sources say that as Trump arrived at a New York courthouse for the fundraiser this morning, his campaign raised millions from energized citizens eager to support the only presidential candidate indicted by a Soros-funded DA. This is from one of the Trump voters, Bubba Gruggs, who said, at this point, if someone hasn't been indicted by a corrupt Soros DA, can you even trust that person?
That's awesome.
I think I saw
really
Bubba
funny.
yesterday in Manhattan.
Did you see him?
Yeah, I saw a picture. They showed one guy with his red, white, and blue overalls on and his MAGA hat.
And no shirt, right?
No shirt, and his Trump sign.
That was Bubba Gruggs.
I think that was Bubba's Gruggs.
I think so. I think you're right.